Welcome back, guys, for another episode of Mortal Realms Monday magazine review. This week we are looking at issue 30 of the Mortal Realms magazine, and with this issue we get the second part of our Azerite ruins. Now, with these ruins, the rumour or the talk of them is that they are part of the original Warcry starter set. Now, although that is true, you can actually get these ruins as part of the Azerite Shattered Plaza, which is the current ruins set from Games Workshop. Now, some people are saying that it's the chapel, the Azerite chapel, but it is actually only the bell part of that we get from the chapel. This sprue and the previous sprue are actually from the plaza. So when pricing this up, last week I did it as a third of the price, because essentially the plaza is split into 3 sprues, this being the second one. Now, this may be directly out of the Warcry set, obviously with the certain layout and the way the sprue is done, but this sprue and the previous one are part of the Shattered Plaza set. The only thing from that set that we don't get is some extra ruin pieces to go around the second floor, the large fountain piece in the middle, and the treasure chest piece. But everything else from that set is in this set. The only extra piece on this set, I believe, is this corner piece, which is why it is considered part of the Warcry starter set, as I don't believe that comes with the Shattered Plaza, although I may be wrong on that. No, looking at the photo that I have here in front of me, we do. That is, so this is the Shattered Plaza set, and it is sprue 2 of that set. Sprue 1 was the last set, so when it comes to pricing this, guys, this will be a third of the £50 RRP cost for the Plaza set, as obviously 3 sprues and this. Although essentially the third sprue is just the fountain and a couple of little ruin pieces. The main bulk of it is actually sprue 1 and 2. Sprue 1 being what we've already had. Anyway, moving on. The issue. We get the Azerite ruin. We get to discover Tzeentch, the god of change, and we get movement tutorial part 2, obviously featuring terrain again. So, with the issue falling apart here, I'll try and keep it in peace for you. We have 1000 Storms part 5, and this goes in Stormcast 5. So we get jealous and wrathful, Nagash unleashes the great spell he has ever worked. The greatest spell he has ever worked, forever changing the nature of Shyish and unleashing a tide of spirits across the mortal realms. Meanwhile, the rise of the Age of Sigmar draws the isolationist Ideneth Deepkin into the wars against chaos, and cities in every realm face renewed aggression from the enemies of order. So we've got a Skill-Fiend tribe. The Skull-Fiend tribe are a Khorne bloodhound warhorde who trace their origin to Gur, the realm of beasts. They honour the blood god by striking the heads from their enemies and leaving mountains of headless corpses in their wake. They are led by a mighty warlord known as Skardrax the Slayer. And we've got Tzeentch, the changer of ways. Bit too colourful, this god for me. I'm not as into the super bright, vibrant colours, but if that is your thing, then you will obviously appreciate this part of the issue. So, sorcerous, deceitful and manipulative, Tzeentch is the chaos god of change. He prides himself upon his ability to manipulate the strands of fate, tempting mortals to his worship with promise of limitless arcane power. His followers are everywhere, hiding in the shadows, working to advance his endless plans. And we've got a little bit on the Changer of Ways. His demonic rivalry, so obviously his biggest rival is Nurgle. That's probably why I'm not too keen on him, because I am a Nurgle fan. And it sounds like Tzeentch hates all his brothers, but despises Nurgle above all. Then we have the realms, the Labyrinth, Witchfire and Warflame. Quite a little bit of a story there. I'll let you guys read that in your own issues. But we've got a little bit on a Night Questor here. Wylan Lightbearer. So, Night Questor Wylan Lightbearer. Night Questor Lightbearer has entered the labyrinthine depths of a silver tower, intent on banishing the cruel, gaunt summoner who makes the vast structure his home. To reach the spire, he must first face many deadly trials, battling monsters and demons alike. There's a lot to read for this issue. Quite a bit of background stuff, lore and all the rest of it. Then we have the How to Build the Azerite Ruins. Nice and easy, this one, as you can see. Nice and push fit, but a little bit of glue on here and then push fit on these, but again you can glue them in. Personally, I'll be leaving the plank pieces, the roof, unattached as I did with my last one, so that I can change and make it a little bit more modular. And I'll be leaving one wall off while I paint this. For this week's painting video, I will be focusing on this section here. You can check that out up in the cards in the top corner there. We'll just be looking at painting up rusted metal and getting a good rusted metal look, as obviously the rest of the ruin is going to be painted the same as in issues 26. So rather than bore you with the exact same video, we'll just concentrate on the rusted gate. So obviously we've got the painting guide on how to paint them. Going through for this bone colour with the Agrax Earth Shade, Marlon oil, and then dry brushing, and then obviously the wood planks on top. And then we have some core rules. I think it's been a while since we had some of these to put in our folder. But the core rules explain how to play games of Warhammer Age of Sigmar. Your playthroughs and reference sheets were based upon these, but here they are explained in depth. The first section covers basic concepts. More core rules sections come in other issues of Mortal Realms. So we've got a little bit on battle plans, war scrolls, the armies, units, etc. And tools of war. You need your dice, obviously, rulers, tape measures, things like that. Then we have a little bit on movement and enemies. So obviously, with it moving within certain distance of enemies and keeping in contact with your own unit members. Retreat moves, and then some other special movement. Then we have our battle, which is in the Cursed City. So for this we're going to be using the battlefield terrain, and we are using the ruins from issue 26 as well as the ruins that we got with this issue. And along with that we're going to be using for the Night Haunts, the Briar Queen, the Thorns of the Briar Queen, 4 Grimghast Reapers, the Lord Executioner, and 9 Glaive Wraiths. And then for the Stormcast Eternals, Alexandria Azure Bolt, 3 Evocators, 4 Liberators, and 3 Castigators. And have a nice battle using the some of the new rules that we've learnt in terms of movement and terrain and things. Then next issue, issue 31, will be our Lord Executionist. And issue 32 we are getting the Skulls sprue. Now I'm not entirely sure how many skulls you get with the sprue, or how many sprues we will be getting. I'm assuming it will be just the one, as obviously you can buy a box of skulls from Games Workshop, so I'm assuming it will be one of the sprues that come in that set. But anyway, that brings us to the end of today's issue, guys. If you've enjoyed the video, as always, hit that like button, hit that subscription button, and until next time, take it easy, keep painting those minis.